Hey guys, it's me, it's basically Tim back again with episode 4 of NBA My GM with the San Diego Surf. And here we are, look at our little win-loss record, we're not doing too well. Anyways, let's get right into the season. We were playing against the Denver Nuggets and our performance, it hindered at points. And we had some top players, we had some players that didn't play so well. And overall our team just seems to suffer. Now we need to find ways to stop this. As you can see, most of our stats are quite low. Look at our turnover ratio is quite large. It's not great. The use of ball maybe is a bit weak at times. And obviously these are just, generic things that I like to say about a lot of teams. But in ours in particular, and me in particular in the play style, it's usually down to me just not playing my game up to full standard. Anyways, enough about that, because it's time to get into little player stuff, because we need to sort out some of our players. Some players are going into free agency, some of them are lower on contracts, so we need to improve their well-being and get them to stay around for the long haul. I also might be doing a little trade here again. I said we need to bump up our defense in the last episode, so we're going to bump up with some nice trades, but we actually these trades might not be as defensive as you might imagine. We just kind of want to get rid of some pieces and get in some small forwards, because we need to bump up those spots. So we're going to get these two over here. I look for the best deals. They're a bit older, but I honestly think that a bit of age doesn't really matter too much, as long as it's going to benefit the team as a whole. Maybe not the best defensive choices I could have chose, but again, next video I will do a defensive choice. So who do we get in particular? We got, don't know, drum roll, Juan Hernangomez, James Johnson, and trade for these two players, Danny Green and I believe another player that has gone out of my head. But Danny Green in particular, he is a small forward. Now I'm pretty excited about him, to be honest. Sorry, he's a shooting guard, what am I saying? But let's get into this matchup and talk about Danny Green for a second, because Danny Green is going to be an interesting choice alongside Kyle Anderson at forward, I think, power forward. Because Danny Green, here's actually Kyle Anderson to start us off. Speaking of Kyle Anderson, making a little bit of spotlight. Spates passes off Lure, and Lure gets the rebound. So I don't know, I'm going with a bit of Anderson Lure choice here. At the power forward and small forward, I don't know, or center with Spates. So big ball really here at the start to start us off. Interesting kind of play. It's kind of working quite well here, and I might go that way in the future. Shooting guards though, Kyle Anderson, surprisingly, he can actually make that three work. Get a bit of defense, trying to get Danny Green, but they have a powerful Ben McLemore, Tony Roten. Ben McLemore is very talented, but they get the rebound. We're always leaving that paint open in places like that. Sometimes we leave it wide open and it's just ridiculous. But anyways, Danny Green, a lovely guard. My god, he makes runs like that and they're just beautiful. This is why we took this guy in. Again, I'm not saying he's going to be the best at defensive end, but I know this player is good, and that's kind of what matters in my opinion. John Lure, in my opinion, very underrated defensive player. I'm going to bring in a defensive player. I just need to find the right trade, guys, so don't get too angry at me. Spates, lovely work there. Ginobili, we could stop Tyson Chandler. Speaking of defensive players, there you go. There's the one on the dot. And in this match, it's definitely a match where maybe defense doesn't come into quite as much, because it's Sacramento, where it's all offense. It's high scoring games. Sorry, second quarter we're 24-21. Like, come on. And Danny Green can play a bit of defense here, but Danny Green runs in, knocks it down. Danny Green, well, what can I say? Danny Green has been bolting around the court, and he's making a very impressive debut on the team, honestly, and he's just doing all the world of good, to be honest. 5 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Not bad. Arne Flalo trying to get defense there. Close enough though. That was pretty tight. 33 all. Jennings dropped the ball, picks it back up, drops it again. 2 turnovers in. That's what I'm talking about, turnover trouble. And honestly, see, these things should not be happening. On a fast break, you should be clamping down in defense, not letting an offensive rebound happen on a fast break in particular. So that's definitely not something I'm excited about. Trying to knuckle down on these players. I'm thinking of doing another trade straight after this, because I know this seems like a good team, But at the moment, I'm not quite sure on the defensive end. I don't know. As I'm watching this, I'm thinking, as I'm looking over these clips, like, I'm thinking, is this really what I want on my team? Is this really how I want to do? And also redo my formations on defense, and really practice my way out and do a bit more practice, because honestly, this is kind of disgraceful in terms of defense. They're up 11 already. They smooth forward in the second quarter, and the second half comes to a close. You can tell they really have that upper half. Look at this. Like, plays like that, they're not good. I mean, just take a look at the stats as read. Their teamwork is also working at a faster rate. Their offense is bolting out of our slow, poor defense, and they're really benefiting quite a lot. Ginobili there, but Tyson Chandler really making up for Ginobili's kind of some disappointing parts. Jennings, guys, he lit it up from the 3, lighting it up. My God. And DeMarcus Cousins, I'm sorry, but he's gonna be definitely a tough one to mark. Lure, he can hit 3. You all know that. You guys should know that by now. It's like a rite of passage by now. Shabazz Muhammad, sorry guys, not my game time. I'm pretty sure he's still injured. I did say that, didn't I? Yeah, I did. I kept reminding myself, but we did make sure he was happy, so we did give him a morale boost backstage. Should have known that. Spates, Flalo, oh boy, and Spates with the mid range. Yes, that's always a yes with the Spates. Anyways, guys, this team, some team to be honest, because we just don't defend. I don't know why. I don't know what the issue is on the team. I don't know whether it's from one particular position, or is it from, just an inability to cope when it comes to star players like DeMarcus Cousins. But I honestly think that an overall change of pace on defense, trying to slow down maybe a bit of offense, not being so run and gun maybe at points, because obviously you take advantage of these points, but sometimes it just seems like we're throwing the ball away. That's what I'm trying to say here, and defense is a key connector to that. It may not seem directly connected, but it is, because if you're playing well in defense, you're more valuing that ball, because you know what the power of that ball is. I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but I guess it means something to some of you. Anyway, a 3-point there. They take the 10-point lead. They win the game. As you can see, final score 81-71. I guess what I'm trying to say, guys, is work well in defense and your team will be good. Anyways, top players there: Man Ginobili, Brian Jennings, John Lure, decent, and Tyson Chandler, great defense, 8 rebounds. Nice. See you guys next time, guys.